All right, listen, I don't know how good this deck list is going to be, but don't judge me too harshly on the monstrosity you see before you. I'll appreciate that I'm trying something different, right? This category obviously very strong in set 11. So many decks utilize this in the Big Mom to great success, like the Blue Purple Luffy, Pudding, right? We've made lists on both of those decks, and I thought what other list could maybe use it? Kuzan, 10 cost Kuzan as well, but King, right? The 4 life, purple and black, 5k power leader, activate main once per turn, down -2, choose one. If your hand is 5 or less, you can draw one, or give one of your opponent's characters -2 for the turn to their cost. The whole idea of this is try and ramp safely into our 10 cost Kuzan, right? The 8 cost Katakuri is also really strong, right? A great blocker to protect our life, so we have a little bit of defensiveness, right? And then while we're able to block out with Katakuri and apply pressure with those 8k swings, then restanding himself, we can drop 10 cost Kuzan to deal with our opponent's big bodies, right? You know, after we drop the Kuzan, we can use Finger Pistol or Jack to kind of remove almost anything while we defend ourselves with the 8 cost or 9 mom, right? We're not able to use the Katakuri that cheats it out because that is leader locked, unfortunately. Your leader has to have Big Mom pirates, not even like Animal Kingdom, right? Like we share the Searcher, but you don't share the Katakuri. Unfortunate, right? But, you know, I'm not saying that this is going to be a great deck list, but I'm trying. I think I have an idea. Maybe we can play test it a bit and see what works, what doesn't, and go from there, right? But leave a like, subscribe if you like kind of off the wall deck lists. Don't know. And if you want to support me, I've got my TCG player link in the description, as well as my Nen Garden code Straw Hat Pecan for 5% off on top of their spring sale they got going on. You know, speaking of Big Mom and Whole Cake Island, we got a play mat for just that. I actually got this recently and I love it. Shout out to Nen Garden for sending that one out, but I got the Shanks one as well. You might have seen it in my locals videos, but yeah, check it out in the description if you're interested. And let's get into this. We got 4 Kamizo, 2k counter, not searchable, but decent ability that your turn when Don is returned from your field to your Don deck, you can KO a cost 2 character. This is decent early game to get rid of a Searcher, right? You play this out and then maybe next turn you play out Queen, so that Don minus gets you a pop. But late game, say you have Kuzan out and still have this out, you know, that gets rid of a 7 cost. That's actually really good for something you're going to do anyway each turn to draw a card, right? Obviously, King's ability becomes free to use at 10 Don, you know, because you go from 10 down to 8 and then back up to 10. We got Brule Blocker. I was just looking for... this solves a bit of our issues, staying alive early game while also ramping, right? Because on KO, you add a Don from your Don deck and set as rested. And she's a 4 cost blocker, which is nice. We got 3 of the Big Mom heals. Honestly, probably should put this to 4 to stay alive. But I'm just testing out these cards because I want to see them. Yeah, I don't know. 9 cost, 9k power, Don -1, trash a card, you heal 1, and then you can place a 6 cost on your opponent's board to the top and bottom of their life. Works nice with some of our cost reduction we've got. And of course, if Kuzan's on the board, then you can put anything to your opponent's life, which is nice. And then we got the 8 cost blocker. End of your turn, set 2 of your Big Mom Pirates type characters as active, and then you can ramp it Don as rested. There got a Big Mom Pirates 2k counter, another 2k counter. Not going to be using their abilities too much or even playing out the vanilla, but searchable 2k counters. We got Queen for some draw engine, which also searchable from our event. So 5/6/1, on play Don -1, draw 2, trash 1. We got Laboon in there for some cost reduction, and also I wanted some counter cards as well. It's just nice to have counter, right? But good to play out early. Your opponent will have to swing into this to get that activate main. You know, you rest this character, give to one of your opponent's characters -4 for the turn. They're going to want to swing into this, obviously, to get rid of it. So getting use of it for a turn to maybe get rid of something with Jack and then they kind of had to swing into it, which is nice to defend our life. Then of course we got the 10 cost Guzan, 10k power. Your turn, all of your opponent's characters get -5 to their cost. On play, KO a character with a cost of 0. So obviously you can KO a 5 cost on play. This is to get rid of all of your opponent's big bodies, right? With blue purple Luffy being like the king of the meta, this helps remove their board, as well as Jack, right? If you can play out Jack a turn before, you can essentially KO one of their 8 cost Katakuris. You know, Jack rests himself, draw 1, trash 1, and then pops a 3 cost, and he's 8k power. So if we play him out, probably won't be able to remove him. Got 2 0 cost events. They're nice because they can ramp out of life, and also they might not be searchable, but we do run a lot of bricks. And even though we can cycle with Jack or Queen, you know, having just another option to get rid of some of our bricks out of our hand is nice. Then we got our Searcher for Big Mom Pirates and Animal Kingdoms. Look at top 5. Trigger, activate this card's main effect. Then we got Finger Pistol, 3 copies. Trash top 2, KO a 5 cost character. Again, this works perfect after Kuzan's on the board. And then we've got Onigashima. But we don't really need, right? Like if we have Jack and a Kuzan, we can KO anything because we can use our leader ability at 10 Don. Like I said, give -2. That's -5. So that's 7. So we can pop any 10 cost, right, with Jack. So that's the combo. And then we got Onigashima. The stage we want to see early. Rest the stage. Ramp 1 rested to get to our 10 cost. Yeah, that's the list. I'm not claiming this is going to be great, but it's something, and I'm excited to try it. I wanted King to be good for so long. But let's get into some games. All right, we do get to take first from blue purple, and we got our stage. It's like not a great hand, really not, but stage. So hopefully we just find what we need. 0 cost event is not what we need really, but ramp is nice. We'll just take the hits. Hey, Jack. That's really good. Getting arrested. And I think we'll just pop that. And, well, we'll search for Big Mom. Perfect. Swing 6. Cool. We'll pass. Nice to get rid of that before we play out anything. Definitely going to establish Jack, I think, and hopefully we draw into a Kuzan. Nice that we get the cycle from Jack too. Just ramping. Fair, fair. Mm-hmm. 9 of us will take. Perfect. We've got all 3 cards that we could need. We'll just play out Jack. Swing 7. We can't draw because our hand is too big, actually, which kind of sucks. But honestly, I think I'll just leave Jack standing. And then we can pop any 8 cost or 10 cost, right? We have the 3 pieces that we need: our leader, Jack, and Kuzan. So once we do that, we can start healing with Big Bomb and play out our blocker, and then yeah, he got the Chopper 2K that looks adorable. Love that card. Sanji into that guy. Yep. Well, we'll counter here. Yeah, he's leaving that for Gum Gum. That's perfect. We have a ton of 2Ks, so we'll be able to get out of those. So we'll slam this down. Can't draw, so we'll just pop. Do I do another Jack? Actually, that could be good. Can remove 2 things a turn. It depends. I think it's too many bricks. We need to get rid of 1. I'll try and play defensive. Yeah, I wish I had more cards to get rid of. At least we'll have 2Ks to get out of the swings here. I'm assuming it'll just play another, do what he did last turn, right? But now we'll have a Don extra swing with leader too. He got a 2K counter. The thing is, I haven't really caught up, like kept up with. Ooh. I don't really want to take this. Another 9 mom. Okay. We'll counter out 2 cards. Cool. So no Gum Gum. Oh. Yeah. All right. We'll take that. Luckily, we'll be able to. Don't know. So okay. Let's see. We can actually get rid of both bodies, right? Because Sanji, I can heal to life, and then we can pop the other. Yeah. Great. Okay. Because right now, Luffy is a 4 cost. So we're going to go here. Boom. I think we got to get rid of Katakuri at this point. Let's put you there. And then Sanji is a 4 cost. So we have to use our leader ability to minus him. Trash. I don't want to trash a Big Mom. Because that's like how I live. So I'm going to trash this. Pop that. Boom. Kind of have to leave Kuzan standing too. All right, we got some counter. And then we ramp back up. So that way we got to use Big Mom and our leader ability perfectly. Perfect. Okay. It's the long con, right? It's the long game. We know he has a lot of counter. And he's stacking deck on the top of the deck. So maybe another Sanji play coming out. Again, we can get rid of both of them with another Big Mom. And he's not able to do the Sanji play and swing at Jack. So it's kind of forcing him to swing at life. Let's see. Maybe I should have popped. Probably should have popped the Rush Luffy because if he gets it back and my 1 life, it could be. No, I don't know. Ooh. 13. Jeez. Okay. Yeah, no effect, but that's a perfect card to trash. You just have. We're just gonna heal. We're just gonna keep healing and then draw a card, right? Trash that to gain a life. Nothing. Okay. Jeez. He didn't play anything. He could have played out Sanji something, right? No, I don't know. He had Big Mom. But yeah, I guess there's nothing you can do against this. Is this the counter to blue purple? No, probably not. There's definitely better options, right? We had to see our perfect Jack into Kuzan into Big Moms, right? But you know, that's fun. That's fun. That would have been a very long game for sure. I don't know if he thought we were just gonna go for a game at that point, right? But like, yeah, no, there's no way leaving Don open. I'm gonna start swinging 9s and hope to get it, right? Because he had 2 more counter events in hand as well. We have Belo Betty. Kind of want to take second from them. What a great hand for not Belo Betty, right? Jack is pretty good, but I think he'll die before we get there. Slightly better, slightly worse. Okay. We need a Jack still, but at least we have a 2K now. Inazuma. Oh, they got the... Okay. Let's see. I think we'll just take 2Ks, honestly. Because next time I'm going to play out stage. Could have played out a blocker, but... 3 Dawn, I don't expect much. So we get an extra turn of kind of safety. They're playing out 2Ks. They swing 6 at us, we'll just defend. Big Mom and Katakuri blocker hopefully are saving grace here. Yeah, so pretty decent start. We got a blocker, so that's good. But I do want to ramp. But we do ramp off of this too, but I don't know. At least this is a counter in our hand, while this would not be, right? And it lets us get to these big bodies a little bit faster. The thing about not taking, interesting. I mean, I'm still at full life, so they wouldn't be able to get most of their trigger bodies, I assume. If they're playing like the set 9 and up ones. Go ramp. So we're at 5, going into 7. And then 8. So we'll get 10, yes. Not bad. And then the board isn't super scary, right? We could play out a blocker and then start playing out our big bodies. That'll help us in a lot of ways. And then, of course, once we get to 10 Dawn, we're able to keep drawing with our leader ability. We'll see if they have the Ivankov into Karasu. We'll be in trouble for sure. Hopefully they don't have Karasu. I don't know. Definitely would hurt, right? We do have a couple of 2Ks and 1K, but it's not really looking good for us in terms of removal, unless we get a Jack. But even then, I don't want to have to use my leader. Oh, they're not. Okay. 2K. We'll counter out of what we can counter out of. 6. Counter out of. And then we'll take. Okay. We can pitch this for Big Mom though, so that's not horrible. Right? So they just did not have a decent choice, I guess. Yeah, it sucks, but we're just probably going to swing big into Koala and then play out our blocker. But at least then we're a little bit safer to play out Big Mom and then Katakuri. So if I go back to 6 and then this puts me to 7, then I go up to 9. So I can draw a card. It's a brick, but you know, we got through the brick sooner. So we just need a, they would have had to have the Inazuma out already, right? Other than that, I don't know what else they could use to rest the blocker. But if we can get out of one swing, maybe counter out of another. Karasu, not going to be countering out of another. Definitely going to have to use the Big Mom to get rid of the Karasu, and then hopefully swing into Ivankov or a Searcher even. Let's see if they have the rush of Inazuma. That'd be bad. You have to hope that these two are counter. So he's pitching that one. We'll see if he plays out anything. If he doesn't, then uses this Dawn to swing, we're, you know, probably not going to be able to counter out of either of the two swings. We'll just be able to block out of one. Would be worse if he actually doesn't swing, so I don't block, then go up to 7 to 9. But then we could at least play out the Katakuri blocker. I don't know. 4 at us. Is he keeping them low so I don't... I mean, I can counter out of it. Sure. He doesn't want me to... I don't know. No, I can block. He's 1k power. Yeah, I don't know. So we're back up to 7. And then we'll be able to get rid of the Karasu. Okay, I was hoping that'd be like a finger pistol to get rid of them. Then we could get rid of 2 of them. But Jack, that's good to see him. We're gonna just get rid of that now. So Dom minus, pitch the stage. Gain a life, put Karasu to your bottom. We're at 8. So this puts us to 9. back down to 7 to 9 again. Then we can still block her, or right, I kind of want to, we'll swing here to guarantee we get this, right? Hopefully. I kind of want to draw one from leader ability. Okay, we got queen, so that's counter at least. And again, we're only really putting ourselves off from being able to play a 10 cost Kuzan, which I don't think we should be able to play that in this matchup. We've been able to stabilize, luckily. 3 life, we have some blockers. Jack 2. Yeah, they're also kind of seeming to play a bit of a longer game. Which once we get the Katakuri blocker out, like that's, you know, we can use leader ability for sure every turn, even if we have to 9 mom. Pitches a 2K to buff. So I got to see what their hand is looking like. I don't know if lists changed too much with Betty into 11. I don't know if they got any support, right? But seemingly that just Karasu out against the blue-purple Luffy seems pretty strong. Ooh, see, that's pretty good. But that means we'll most likely be able to survive. Ooh, definitely want to pop that. So Jack is looking more and more like we kind of have to play it. Oh, perfect. I think I pop that so I can just counter out of the leader swing, play Jack, pop that, force them to, you know, give the Ivankov. And then we can get rid of one Katakuri, draw another card. Yeah, or just a blocker. So let's go here. Pop, trash that. I forget you have to trash first. Pop that. Let's go. Stage first to go to 10. And then we use lead ability, done. Boom, draw a card. Another 0 cost, that's really good. Go 7 at Ivankov. So now we have a 2K and 2 0 cost. So hopefully we clear the Ivankov. I don't even know if we swing with the Big Mom, honestly, at life, lest it's a trigger body, because that could hurt us, so we'll pass. Right, we're in a really good spot here. No need to rush, right? They have 4 in hand. Not really a good board state. Still 2 life. Next turn we can put up a blocker. Looking more so, I feel like, yeah, you probably should cut in this list that... Ooh, they're playing out the Sabo. Okay. A little bit hard for me to get rid of, for sure. Maybe one of these for another Linlin. Probably better, just to heal. Because we kind of have to play a long game, so... And the fact that we can't cheat out 2 of our big bodies in the same turn means we have to pick and choose what we can play out. And most of the times it turns out we have to have the Jack on curve and then play out Linlin to survive. And then Kuzan, right, to remove anything. We'll see what he puts in there. See, I can't pop either of these with just lead ability and Jack, which is unfortunate. We do have 12 in trash if we do get a finger pistol, but we get Morley, so we just pop that. We'll 2K and I guess take. Laboon, interesting. Well, I do really want to get rid of that Morley though. So we'll do that. Trash the stage. Pop that. Play out a Katakuri blocker. Go Don minus for the draw. Got a searcher, so I think we'll search, I guess. Try and pick up a Linlin if we can, or a 2K counter. That's pretty good. Doesn't really matter because we have the Katakuri now, but we'll go 6 there. If they save it, we just swing 9 into it. Again, I don't know if we swing at life. We do have a lot of counter, though. Yeah, we have a lot of counter. 2k, 2 0 costs, and a 1k. Right, and a blocker. Kind of putting them in an unwinnable position. Okay. Well, we'll just swing 9. And should get the koala. So 2 swings. We get at most like block out a 1 or just counter out. Just restand the 1. I wish you could restand. Wish they were all shared, right? They formed an alliance. Ah, spoilers. I'll cut that out. I don't know. Is this card not a spoiler in and of itself? They play at the car suit again. Like, fair enough. I have to, like, even though I can pop it, right? That just means I don't get to swing with the jack. He is buffing up the Sabo, I guess, though, so he can swing over our blocker or pressure our jack. I don't know. I think we'll just block out because we have another one. We could realistically put them in the most unwinnable position. Sure, we'll take, I guess, Kuzan. There's Kuzan. $11. I could counter. I could play Kuzan, and then I could pop everything. Yeah, let's 0 cost and then 1. All right, we'll play out the Kuzan, pop that, swing 5 because he's 1 card, and we can pop this with Jack, or still just swing into it. Depends if he gets a trigger body out of life. Okay, if it's not a trigger body, then we just go for game, and we don't extend longer than we should or need to, right? At this point, I think we got, yeah, guaranteed math, right? Because if he counters out of this, then boom, bam. Or if he takes, yeah, either way, yeah. So we'll swing. And if he counters out here, right, for 2 cards, then Big Mom gets us the win. So GG. Yeah, unfortunately, it just seems like it requires a slow start for the Belo Betty, or else we'll probably not be able to establish a board state like this. Like, we probably shouldn't be able to, I would say. I think it's just maybe unfortunate what they drew. Who knows? All right, we got Nami. Let's take first. See what we get. We'll try. We have a searcher. It could have gotten a lot worse, right? It could have gotten a lot worse. We'll see. We'll search. Find stage, but we're bottom decking a Kuzan, so that sucks. But stage, and it looks cool. Ooh, 2 blockers. Okay, we'll just poke 5, and then we'll play out our stage. They took. Interesting. Hopefully, we'll get a lucky card out of our life, like a really lucky card. And it wasn't, but it'll be good later. We can finger pistol one of these guys. I don't know. Rather keep this for late game if we get like a Kuzan. I know they run Red Rock, right? But I don't know how many. Probably 4. I'd run 4 if I was building this deck. They draw a card. Play out another blocker. That is a lot of 1-cost blockers. That is 3 to be exact. Do they have another? They're scaring me. I think Kamazo is actually not bad. So let's gain. Swing 7. Play out Kamazo. Because then next turn we can peel 1, pop another. Play out Kamazo. If they're going to be playing out a bunch of little blockers. Ooh. Well, we'll just lose. I could trash 2 cards. We're gonna be at 9, so we just heal that up. That gets rid of that. Pretty good. I think I'd rather lose a life. because I'm gonna gain a life back, but they get to draw off of that, and then they swing 5, and we counter. Beautiful. So we'll swing 5. Cool. Then we'll go here. Boom. Pop a finger pistol, and then hit this to your bottom. Pop that blocker. Haha. Getting arrested. And do I want to run the risk that I don't get to play off a 10 cost Kuzan? I don't have one, so rather go down, draw a card. Got a finger pistol, so it wasn't gonna be a Kuzan. I won that gamble. 6 of us will take. Okay, whatever. You guys were right. Shouldn't have gone down. Ah, whatevs. What do they have? Big Mom? Oh, okay. Well, fool me once. I think it's still worth it just to trash it because I'm going to heal it up anyway. We're losing non-counter cards, right? Yeah, you'll never see what's coming. They'll never see what's coming for sure. We'll swing 5. Okay. Let's go here. Boom, bam. Finger pistol. Gain a life. Put that to your bottom. Pop nothing. Swing 9. Okay, let's see what they got. Oh, I liked him. Getting arrested for no reason. They play out a Nami. I think we can jack then. Or we can just Kuzan. Kuzan's good. They stacking. If they just go big number, I don't like that. 7, huh? I will defend because I can keep drawing cards, and they got a Vivi. Lovely. So we're gonna Kuzan, pop that, poke 5. We get to draw a card for free. Love that because we don't have any counter, but they don't really have that many swings. And then, of course, Jack the next turn pops anything. We'll go here, boom, bam, draw a card, 2K. Gain arrested for nothing. I just like resting the stage. Leave me alone. I like stages. Okay. And then they take the 9s. Interesting. Very big hand. If they red rock this, you know, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate too. Because I can't counter out of this. Oh no, I can. Why'd they leave a Badon? Elthor? Oh. Fair. Ooh, perfect. Ooh, perfect. We get to heal. Get rid of that stage. Boom. Get rid of you. Then we get to draw. I don't like that. I don't like that. He doesn't know that I don't like that, you know? I'm gonna trick him. I have a blast breath. No, I don't. But he doesn't know that. Okay. I'm gonna swing with the Kuzan. He blocks. Okay. Please? There goes the Kuzan. But that's honestly okay for us because that means we don't die this turn. I don't like that though. Don't like that. Do we just go for game and win next turn? We lost the life and it's a 2K, of course. I mean, we could pop the Vivi or the Onami. Then I think we're pretty safe. I don't think that we need to though, right? Let's just swing a 9. Let's swing a 9. They have 2 dead cards. See what they do from their first swing. I don't know. I think that's overkill to try and not go for game with 3 9Ks, right? Let's go 9. And then we can go like, let's see what they have after this, because they still have to give 2 more cards, right? So they can go if they block out of this, then we'll for sure jack pop the Onami, right? Yep, okay. We're gonna jack, get rid of our dead cards. Draw a card, 0 cost. Love that for me. Gain arrested and pass. So either they split with Vivi, which is not optimal. We have 2k plus 5k counter. So we're just going to get out of this, right? 9. And is that game? Oh, fair enough. GG, you know. He had me stressed. He probably could have won off the, you know, the VV swing. So 1k. GG. Yeah. Again, not saying this deck is great, but if we can live long enough, you know, we can do pretty good. So is King finally good in set 11? Probably not, no, but you know, there's some new cards, some new support, right? Not directly for King, but like kinda. I think it's just a meta where you can actually, if you can live long enough, you can play out the Kuzan, and it does get value. It does give value. It's kind of cool to see this card in play. I think a lot of Lucci lists are running this in set 11 because it's kind of required to just get rid of all those big bodies, right? So same vein, I'd like to try this list out sometime for like set 10. You know, maybe try a 9-cost Kaido in place of this, or maybe some counter cards, right? We do have a lot of bricks. I don't know. I love King as a character. I've wanted him to be a good deck. It's kind of cool to see that, you know, if you can survive long enough, you can control the board, especially when they're only playing out big bodies, right? And if you have a Jack on board, a Kuzan on board, and either a Lin or a Finger Pistol or something, like, you can keep removing those 2 big bodies, right? You can keep removing them because we got -5 and -2. That end up being enough. So yeah, it's a very fun deck. Not saying it's great, not saying it's good even, but maybe it's a stepping off point, right? If you guys have any ideas of what else to try, do differently, I'd love to hear it in the comments. If you've been playing King, let me know what you've been running. You're looking forward to the set 11 support, let me know. And of course, leave a like, subscribe, and hope to see you on the next one. Bye-bye.